Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to Triple Double Nation. Today we'll be covering the most fun to watch NBA teams in 2021 and ranking them. Let's get into the video. Number 20, Minnesota Timberwolves. A full season's pairing of D'Angelo Russell and Karl-Anthony Towns means offensive fireworks. The issue here is whether the duo can be anything more than empty calories in a conference loaded with talent nearly everywhere else. Number 19, Washington Wizards. Russell Westbrook will bring a new level of intensity, and Bradley Beal's and Davis Bertans launching freely on a nightly basis should provide ample theatrics. The pressing question is, how good is the version of Westbrook the Wizards are getting? Number 18, Atlanta Hawks. There is cautious optimism around the Hawks. Trae Young's willingness to let it fly from anywhere makes him watchable, and now he has some pieces around him in Danilo Gallinari and Bogdan Bogdanovic. That should bring Atlanta closer to the middle of the pack. Number 17, Los Angeles Clippers. The Clippers can be really fun when everyone is on the court and clicking. This year, they have a new coach in Ty Lue and the added pressure of avenging their shocking bubble playoff exit. The reason they are so low on this list is if any team is going to be extra cautious in resting stars during their shortened schedule, it's LA. Number 16, Toronto Raptors. With Serge Ibaka and Marc Gasol now departed, the Raptors have lost a good chunk of personality. It wouldn't be wise to bet against Nick Nurse, but Toronto seems several degrees removed from its enduring championship squad. Number 15, Utah Jazz. Donovan Mitchell is a volatile scorer, and Quinn Snyder's intense sideline demeanor adds a mild sense of danger to any Jazz game. But outside of Mitchell, Utah's roster doesn't equal excitement. Number 14, Boston Celtics. The Celtics are more elegance than flash, and that's okay. Jason Tatum is a star, Brad Stevens is always going to coax the best out of his roster, and Marcus Smart will make you experience the full spectrum of love and hate. Most impressively, Boston always holds up its end of the bargain in marquee matchups. There is an appreciation to be found in the Celtics' enduring competence. Number 13, Houston Rockets. The polarizing Rockets figure to resemble a more typical basketball team this season after actually signaling centers. However you feel about James Harden, he's still a superstar in his prime, and now there is the added mystery of seeing what John Wall has left in the tank. Number 12, Golden State Warriors. This is going to be a fascinating stretch for Stephen Curry. Golden State's one-year retreat is over, and the Warriors will expect to be contenders despite a season-ending injury to Klay Thompson. Will Curry be able to recapture the magic of his MVP days? And even if he does, will that be enough to contend in the West? The answers to those questions are worth tuning in for. Number 11, Memphis Grizzlies. While Memphis may not be a playoff shoo-in, the Grizzlies' budding star duo of Ja Morant and Jaren Jackson Jr. doesn't know any better than to go full throttle every night. Expect a lot of dunks and a lot of exasperated opponents. Number 10, Philadelphia 76ers. The 76ers should be a lot more cohesive this year after giving up on the Al-Horford experiment. Philly added shooters, creating a starting lineup with more balance that can play off the strengths of Joel Embiid and Ben Simmons. Not long ago, the Sixers were the darlings of the NBA. This year's roster more closely resembles a team that was actually fun. Number 9, New Orleans Pelicans. The Zion Williamson factor means that the Pelicans can't be outside the top 10. At a moment's notice, Zion could block a shot 15 feet into the stands or shatter every window in a 5-mile radius with a thunderous dunk. Add in Lonzo Ball, all-star Brandon Ingram, and shooter like JJ Redick, and the Pelicans are more than just a curiosity. Number 8, Portland Trail Blazers. The jerseys are some of the best in the world, and Damian Lillard is going to hit anywhere from 5 to 10 shots over the course of the season that will make you react somewhere between laughing maniacally and throwing your remote through your television. The Blazers are never bad, and the funkiness of guys like CJ McCollum, Jusuf Nurkic, and Carmelo Anthony mean they should be a major part of your rotation. Number 7, Los Angeles Lakers. The defending champs can be a little more of a blunt instrument than a raucous good time. The Lakers' success is built on a suffocating defense, which isn't always a formula for regular season fun, and LeBron James will almost certainly be on a maintenance program after a short offseason. That said, he could still do a lot worse than watching the King and Anthony Davis. Number 6, Miami Heat. The Heat play some of the most aesthetically pleasing basketball in the league. With an offense built on constant motion, not dissimilar to the Warriors of recent vintage, Bam Adebayo is a unique two-way threat, and the well-caffeinated Jimmy Butler rarely takes a night off. Whatever Miami lacks in newness or starriness, it more than makes up for it in tireless consistency. Number 5, Milwaukee Bucks. The Bucks are lots of fun if you like to get to bed early. Giannis Antetokounmpo was so dominant during his second MVP season, he usually sat on the bench in fourth quarters because the opponent was so thoroughly blown out. Giannis' two-way brilliance makes it impossible to keep his team out of the top 5, and Milwaukee's mini makeover in the offseason means this year's Bucks should seem fresh. Number 4, Phoenix Suns. After years of cellar dwelling, Phoenix was a bubble surprise, going 8-0 in Orlando and nearly sneaking into the playoffs. This year, the scoring prowess of Devin Booker will be paired with point guard Chris Paul, who is coming off a one-season redemption arc tour in OKC. Number 3, Brooklyn Nets. You have generational talent Kevin Durant trying to regain his pre-Achilles tear form. You have modern-day philosopher Kyrie Irving trying to play second banana. And you have Hall of Fame point guard Steve Nash trying to steer the ship in his first gig as a head coach. It's not clear how good the Nets will be, but combining championship expectations with unpredictable superstars is always a recipe for fun. Number 2, Denver Nuggets. The Nuggets have long been darlings of this list. Jamal Murray was the most explosive player in the bubble, and he's not even the star of the show. Nikola Jokic is the real draw here, with his looping jumpers, herky-jerky post-ups, and Wayne Gretzky, an unorthodox game that stands on amid a sea of perimeter scorers. That Denver is light on defense is a bonus. Number 1, Dallas Mavericks. Luka Doncic is 21 years old, and after last season, it appears he'll be an MVP candidate for the next decade or so. He's unlikely to take many nights off, unlike some fellow stars, which means he alone is reason enough to put the Mavericks at the top of the list. This brings us to the end of our video. I hope you enjoyed it. Hit like if you did, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel so you don't miss out on any of our videos in the future.